Homeowners don't know this.
They should ask.
Anytime they call in a contractor, a general contractor, and maybe the general contractor is not truly a general contractor, but they are because they got a license as a GC, it doesn't mean you're going to get the best advice from them. We need to go direct to the doctor. Right?
Yes.
Think about that. You're not going to ask the neighbor, my elbow's really sore, something's wrong with it. You're going to actually go to the doctor. If you want to know about electrical, you need to go to the right people when it comes to electrical.
You hit it on the head. A GC can give you an idea of what the electrical is going to cost. But listen, you're the homeowner. You're the one that's going to be paying this bill. And if the GC is going to make some money on it, okay, fine. There's management fees, whatever. I don't care about that. But ask to see the electrician's bill because you need information on there. You want to make sure that electrician is actually a licensed electrical contractor, not an electrician. You don't want an electrician. You want a licensed electrical contractor.
Okay.
That's the message.
Last point here I think is important. We're talking about Ontario, this is relative pretty much across Canada when it comes to electrical code. Everything starts to change when you step into different territories. Now we move down to the south, and I'm talking United States. When it comes to code, all codes are fairly close per region. Canada, United States. Building, plumbing, HVAC, electrical. But the differences would be is where they're at. Is my ductwork for HVAC in the attic, which people have got to stop doing that. It just doesn't make sense to me in a hot zone or in a cold zone. Don't even think about putting it. But they do because it's almost like you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? Mm. It's because it's what they're used to doing. However, when it comes to electrical, it's relatively the same from Canada, United States.
Well, hopefully you'll learn something new again. We have a national electrical code, and the Canadian electrical code is adapted from the national electrical code. So in the US of A, of course, they follow the national electrical code, and then they, of course, different states would have their variation, and the inspection offices work a little differently. Here in Ontario, we're blessed with an agency that's going to come out separately just for us, called the Electrical Safety Authority. If you were in Alberta, I'm almost certain, unless they've changed it, the building inspector will also take care of the electrical inspection.
Or they can if they're qualified.
Correct. So again, when it comes to national electrical code, our Canadian electrical code is adapted from the national electrical code, and in the province of Ontario, we adapt from the Canadian electrical code. So there's small differences, but at the end of the day, it's just one great book that we follow and we adapt from. And it works.
What I'm trying to say is that throughout the country of Canada and the United States, it doesn't matter. Every area is slightly different. Still works within the National Electrical Code, but it's slightly different. So wherever you are, could be out east, could be out west, could be up north, could be down in Ontario. All you have to do is pick up the phone and find out. And that's the important point, and that's what we're trying to get through here, is that if you want to know, you can know. That easy.
Either you can use the good old Google search or visit ESA's website, because they actually have a tool right on there that says, locate an LEC, a licensed electrical contractor. You just put in your postal code and a bunch of names pop up for you.
I didn't know that.
It's really simple. And it's a good way also to make sure that I've paid my dues and I'm still active.